Today we're going to be performing one of the most critical things that you can do to a mixer. There's very little maintenance required on these mixers. This is a Model 25 that came out in 1929. It's the little sister of the Model 18. This one was made for the home mainly. It's sold new at $19. So it's a very collectible mixer for two or three reasons. One, it's there's very few of them made. They had trouble with the bracket on the back that was made of a pot metal, and they break, and there's no known any place that you can find another bracket. Today we're going to be performing probably the most critical thing you can do on a mixer is check the brushes and change them if necessary. On this Model 25, this is the last small mixer that had the internal brushes, internal brush caps. After that, this one was replaced, this mixer was replaced by the 27 in somewhere around the mid-30s, and then they have a external. Anyway, to get into the brushes, there's a screw in there. I'll show you the cap. Now they're spring loaded, so you have to be a little careful with that cap coming out. The cap is very small. It just has a screw on it. And then you have the spring and the brushes. These are about 75 to 80%. So you're not gonna have to worry about changing, but you still go ahead and check the other side, because sometimes they get down to the bottom, they just replace one side. Think they'll do the other one later on. It's best to do them at the same time. So you take the other one out on the other side. Same thing, you got your little screw brush cap, and then you have your spring. Now this is a good set of brushes. They're equal. Usually that'll tell you that mixer's in pretty decent shape when the brushes are that far, or that you'd have that much left on them. At this time, that's all we're going to do is just check those brushes. But this does not have bearings. The 25 has bushings, and so you don't have to worry. It's got little oil hole here and oil hole here. Very rarely you're going to have any problem with these. So to replace the brush, put your brush back in, take your cap, put the screw head out where you can turn it. Here's where it gets a little tricky. They can get away from you pretty easily. Sometimes turn them slightly backward will let it slip into the groove, and you can tighten it up. This is a very popular machine with the collectors because they didn't make that many of them, and also so many has been thrown away because of the bracket. And once we get into the next step, but right now this is just strictly checking the brushes on a 25, and we'll get into some maintenance on it later on another video. That's all you need to do, and you're good for another 25 years.